Okay, so I just watched a video, posted a video where Greg Locke and Ken Peters talked about evoking the Black Robe Regiment in response to the Trump Mar-a-Lago FBI search warrant. And I went on to explain that the Black Robe Regiment is basically pastors who call their congregations to arms, to take up arms. Evangelicals, I'm going to try to explain this in a way that you will understand. If you have a pastor, if your pastor is preaching a message of violence or calling for violence or fighting violence with violence or whatever, then your pastor is preaching a false gospel. If your pastor is talking about the destruction of enemies, which is something that Julie Green Ministries does. She's always talking about these words from the Lord about the fall of their enemies. If your pastor is teaching that, then they're teaching nonsense, just complete nonsense. If your pastor isn't encouraging peacemaking and loving enemies, then your pastor is just cherry picking the Bible to suit their own agenda. Any true pastor is going to encourage people to love deeper. Any true pastor is going to encourage nonviolence. Any true pastor is going to teach that you do not repay evil for evil. Any true pastor is going to teach loving enemies. This should be Gospel 101. You guys love to use Jesus as a mascot to rally behind your hatred, but you don't even follow his teachings. You don't even follow them. You literally just pick the violent parts of the Bible that you like and justify your own hatred. So I'm here to tell you, if the theology that you're hearing is encouraging violence, hatred, division, toss it out. Greg Locke is a false preacher. Julie Green is a false prophet. Any pastor preaching politics from the pulpit is a false pastor. Any pastor making light of Christian nationalism is a false pastor. Christian nationalism is literally about government control, using religion to control other people. And Jesus rejected that. And you should too. Evangelicals, I'm telling you now, this is the reason why people are leaving your churches. They see you rallying behind people like Greg Locke and Ken Peters and rallying behind politicians look nothing like the Jesus you claim to serve.